The C4 pathway or Hatch-Slack pathway. So the plants that are adapted to dry tropical regions, the plants that are adapted to, the plants which are adapted to dry tropical regions. Dry tropical regions means what? Hot, less water area. Those plants show C4 pathway. C4 pathway mentioned earlier. Okay, C4 pathway. Why these are called dry plants, dry climatic region growing plants? Why we will call C4 plants? C3 plants we discussed. In them, the first stable product, 3-carbon compound phosphoglyceric acid. Phosphoglyceric acid. That's why those plants are called C3 plants. In this, here, the plants which performs which grow in tropical regions, those plants shows C4 pathway. C4 pathway means what? The first stable product, 4-carbon compound oxaloacetic acid, OAA, oxaloacetic acid. That's why dry tropical region growing plants shows C4 pathway. Those plants are also called C4 plants because the first stable product, 4-carbon compound oxaloacetic acid. Though these plants have the first compound is the C4 oxaloacetic acid, OAA, full form oxaloacetic acid, as the first carbon dioxide. That only as the first carbon dioxide. Hence, this pathway is called C4 pathway. See here, though these plants have the C4 oxalic acid as the first carbon dioxide fixation. See here, carbon dioxide fixed with first carbon dioxide is fixed. Though carbon dioxide is fixed, the first stable compound is 4-carbon compound oxaloacetic acid. Oxaloacetic acid as the first carbon dioxide fixation. Here fixation was missing. Though these plants have the first compound C4 4-carbon compound oxaloacetic acid, the first initially carbon dioxide is fixed. Okay, hence this pathway is called C4 pathway. Those plants are called maize plants, sugarcane plant, grasses, sorghum, etc. Maize, everybody knows that, sugarcane, grass. Sorghum means Bengal gram, Bengal, kadle bedi. Okay, that's all. That is the C4 pathway. Though first stable product is 4-carbon oxalic acid, so the carbon dioxide is commonly fixed in these plants like C3 plants. That's why it is called C4 pathway. Next is C4. What are the specialty of C4 plants? They have special type of leaf anatomy. Generally, C4 plants have special type of leaf anatomy. See, maize, sugarcane, grasses, sorghum, leaf, you imagine. So, like that special type of leaf anatomy. Their leaf anatomy, like this way, will be there. Like this. Like this. Like this. Special leaf anatomy will be there. Generally, in others, okay, special leaf anatomy. Normally, in other plants, the leaf structure like this way will be there. The leaf structure like this will be there. But in C4 plants, the leaf anatomy has special type of leaf anatomy. They tolerate higher temperatures. Generally, C4 plants can tolerate to high temperatures. They show response to high intensities. High intensities means what? Excess amount of light. For excess amount of light also they can respond. Generally, some plants, if more and more sunlight fall, they cannot respond. Okay, but the C4 plants can respond to high intensities of light. They lack a process. That process is called photorespiration. They lack a process. That process is called photorespiration. So what is photorespiration? So it is a special in C4 plants. Photorespiration means simply I'm saying. So carbon dioxide and oxygen. A kind of a enzyme is there, that is ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase enzyme. Carbon dioxide fixing enzyme that can fix carbon dioxide and oxygen, both. So carbon dioxide and oxygen both will be compete with each other to bind with the ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase. Ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase enzyme. This enzyme is binds with the carbon dioxide and oxygen. Okay, so that process is short form I'm saying here. That process is called photorespiration. That kind of respiration is absent in C4 plants. So the clear information about photorespiration, separate topic is there. That separate topic we will discuss later. Okay, and how productivity of biomass and how greater productivity of biomass. Greater and how greater productivity of biomass. Excess amount of productivity is there in this one. So the particularly large cells around the vascular bundles. See, vascular bundles like this way will be there. Particularly large cells around the vascular bundles of the C4 pathway. Plants are called bundle sheet cells. Around the vascular bundles, a kind of a special cells are there. Special type of cells. This is vascular bundles. Around the vascular bundles, there are special type of the particular large cells around the vascular bundles of C4 pathway, C4 plants are called bundle sheet cells. Bundle sheet cell, 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 bundle sheet cells. These are called bundle sheet cells. These are called bundle sheet cells. Okay. And the leaves which have such anatomy and are said to have Cron's anatomy. And the leaves which have such anatomy and are said to be Cron's anatomy. Cron's anatomy means what? Distinct rings of rings in cells of leaves. Cron's anatomy. Cron's anatomy means what? A type of a ring. See, around the vascular bundles, a type of ring-like bundles. These are called bundle sheet cells. This kind of arrangement is called Cron's anatomy. Cron's anatomy means what? So distinct rings of cells in leaves, a specific rings of cells in the plant leaves. Like this, it is a vascular bundle. Around the vascular bundles, number of ring-like structures. This kind of arrangement is called Cron's anatomy. This Cron's anatomy, this kind of anatomy, we can be seen only in plants. Cron's anatomy. Okay. Next, bundle sheet cells are characterized by a large number of chloroplast cells. Generally, this is vascular bundle. Around the vascular bundles, number of large ring-like structures will be there. Large ring-like structures. These are called bundle sheet cells. Bundle sheet cells. Bundle sheet cells. The bundle sheet cells are characterized by large number of chloroplasts. Large number of chloroplasts will be there. Number of chloroplasts will be there. Number of, like this way. Number of chloroplasts will be there. Number of chloroplasts, thick walls. So the chloroplast is covered by thick walls. Those thick walls are impervious to gas exchange and no intercellular spaces. Bundle sheet cells. These bundle sheet cells are characterized by large number of chloroplasts. And it consists of bundle sheet cells consists of thick walls. Thick walls. These thick walls are very strong, does not support to exchange of gases, and does not have intercellular spaces on these bundle sheet cells. On these bundle sheet cells. That is the C4 plants. C4 plants are special. In these characteristics features, C4 plants are peculiar. Next, in these C4 plants, shows a kind of a pathway. How that pathway takes place in C4 plants, that is what we have to see. So the carbon dioxide fixed in the cytoplasm of mesophyll cells. Carbon dioxide fixed. Carbon dioxide is fixed in the cytoplasm of the mesophyll cells with a kind of a component that is phosphoenol pyruvate. Okay, so beginning of this topic I said carbon dioxide is fixed with phosphoenol pyruvate, phosphoenol pyruvate, phosphoenol pyruvate, phosphoenol pyruvate. In C4 plants, carbon dioxide fixed with phosphoenol pyruvate. In C3 plants, carbon dioxide fixed with ribulose bisphosphate, ribulose bisphosphate carboxylate. Okay, so in both the steps, the first carbon dioxide only fixed with another sugar. In this one, C4 plants carbon dioxide only fixed. C3 plants also carbon dioxide only fixed. In this first we discuss one point. See here, what is that point here? Though these plants have the first compound is the C4 oxalic acid as the first carbon dioxide. As the first carbon dioxide means what here? Carbon dioxide first bind with phosphoenol pyruvate. As a result of this, what formed here? 4 carbon compound oxaloacetic acid. This is on the first one we discussed. The carbon dioxide is fixed in the cytoplasm of the mesophyll cells. Now, how carbon dioxide is fixed with phosphoenol pyruvate in cytoplasm of the mesophyll cells? That is what here we have to see. This pathway that has been named the Hatch-Slack pathway. Hatch-Slack pathway. In this one, the primary carbon dioxide acceptor is 3 carbon molecule phosphoenol pyruvate. See here. So before discussing about it, here we have to see one information about this. See how C4 pathway takes place. That is what here we have to discuss. C4 plants have a special Cron's anatomy. Around the vascular bundles, bundle sheet cells are present, I said. See here. This is bundle sheet cells. Bundle sheet cells. The bundle sheet cells have thick cell wall. The bundle sheet cells have thick cell wall. Okay. Here we will try to arise it. Oh. Bundle sheet cells have thick shell wall like this way. Bundle sheet cells have thick shell wall like this way. Like this way. This is mesophyll cells. Mesophyll cells. This is bundle sheet cells. Bundle sheet cells. Bundle sheet cells. Okay. So here what C4 pathway how takes place? Atmospheric carbon dioxide. Atmospheric carbon dioxide is combined with 3 carbon compound phosphoenol pyruvate. When atmospheric carbon dioxide is mixed with phosphoenol pyruvate, it is converted into 4 carbon compound, 4 carbon compound C4 acid, C4 acid. That's maybe oxaloacetic acid or 4 carbon compound malic acid or aspartic acid. Aspartic acid. Aspartic acid. See, atmospheric here see atmospheric carbon dioxide is combined with phosphoenol pyruvate and forms 4 carbon compound C4 acid, that is called 4 carbon compound oxaloacetic acid or 4 carbon compound malic acid or 4 carbon compound aspartic acid. In one plant, one type of a product. In these 4, any type of product may be formed. In these 3, any type of product is formed. Next, this C4 acid is from the mesophyll cells is transferred to the bundle sheet cells. This is called bundle sheet cells. Bundle sheet cells. Okay, so that's all. Here, carbon dioxide is combined with phosphoenol pyruvate. Here, one enzyme is responsible. That enzyme is called phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase. Carboxylase enzyme is responsible. Okay, next, C4 acid is formed in the mesophyll cells. Next, this C4 acid, 4 carbon compound oxaloacetic acid or malic acid or aspartic acid transferred into the bundle sheet cells. 4 carbon compound oxaloacetic acid transferred to the bundle sheet cells. In the bundle sheet cells, these C4 acids are broken down to release carbon dioxide. And forms 3 carbon compound C3 acid. 3 carbon molecule, that is called C3 acid is formed. C3 acid means what here? 3 carbon compound phosphoglyceric acid is formed. Actually, in the diagram they won't mention. C3 acid means what? 3 carbon compound phosphoglyceric acid is formed. C3 acid is formed. So the C3 acid molecule is transferred back to mesophyll cells, where it is converted to, this is C3 acid. C3 acid in the sense phosphoglyceric acid. In Calvin cycle, C3 cycle, we first stable product is 3 carbon compound phosphoglyceric acid. That's why those are called C3 plants. That is formed. Actually, that is formed in bundle sheet cells. That is transport to the mesophyll cells. In the mesophyll cells, this C3 acid is again converted into phosphoenol pyruvate. Okay, so this cycle is continuously takes place. Atmospheric carbon dioxide is combined with phosphoenol pyruvate with the help of phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase enzyme. Then it is converted into C4 acid. C4 acid or malic acid or aspartic acid. It is transferred to the bundle sheet cells. In the bundle sheet cells, C4 oxaloacetic acid is releases carbon dioxide. That is why it is called decarboxylation. It releases carbon dioxide. That is why it is called decarboxylation. Releasing of carbon dioxide is called decarboxylation. Releases carbon dioxide. So from this C4 acid, one carbon released as a carbon dioxide, then it becomes C3. That's why C3 acid is formed. This C3 acid is transported to the mesophyll cells. In the mesophyll cells, this C3 acid again come back to its original compound. Like this, the cycle is continuously takes place. So the bundle sheet cells, these are the bundle sheet cells. Bundle sheet cells are rich an enzyme, that is ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase enzyme. Ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase enzyme. It's this enzyme is rich in these bundle sheet cells. So, but PEP, phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase enzyme is phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase. Yes, phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase enzyme is absent in this one. Next, here in the mesophyll cells, ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase enzyme is absent. In this one, PEP is absent. You have to remember carefully. Okay. So in mesophyll cells, ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase enzyme is absent. Okay, but phosphenol pyruvate carboxylase enzyme is present. So in bundle sheet cells, ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase enzyme is present. Phosphenol pyruvate carboxylase is absent. See here, from C4 acid, one carbon dioxide went out as a carbon dioxide. Then here three carbons, C3 acid is formed. C3 acid is formed. C3 acid means what? Three carbon compound, phosphoglyceric acid is formed. Okay, that is happens here. So these 3 PG is enters into the here is converted into this. This is called C4 pathway. C4 pathway. It is also called Hatch-Slack pathway. This is what we will see in some tropical regions, tropical plants, that is maize, gram plant, maize plant. See here, maize plant, sugarcane plant, grasses, sorghum, Bengal gram plants shows this kind of a pathway. So now whatever I said, that is what here will be there. See here. Okay, the enzyme responsible for the fixation of phosphoenol pyruvate carboxylase. It is important to register that mesophyll cells lack ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase enzyme. In mesophyll cells, this enzyme is absent. C4 acid oxaloacetic acid is formed in the mesophyll cells. Phosphenol pyruvate carboxylase then forms the other 4 carbon compounds like malic acid or aspartic acid in the mesophyll cells itself, which are transported to the bundle sheet cells. In the bundle sheet cells, C4 acid are broken down to release carbon dioxide and 3 carbon molecules. These 3 carbon molecules transported back to the mesophyll cells where it is converted to phosphenol pyruvate again. So thus completing the cycle. The bundle sheet cells are rich in enzyme, that is ribulose bisphosphate carboxylase oxygenase, but this enzyme is absent. Thus the basic pathway that results in the formation of sugar, the Calvin pathway, is common to C3 and C4 pathway. So as a result of this pathway, thus the basic pathway C4 pathway results in the formation of sugars. Okay, how it is, that step they did not mention in text in your syllabus. I will show here what is that basic step is involved. See here, 3-phosphoglyceric acid. 3-phosphoglyceric acid. This 3-phosphoglyceric acid formed here. 3-phosphoglyceric acid is formed. This 3-phosphoglyceric acid, with this only they have binded. So actually here what happened, this 3-phosphoglyceric acid is combined with this 3-phosphoglyceric acid shows C3 pathway. In yesterday I said in Dork reaction, what a 3-phosphoglyceric acid is converted into using ATP and reduced NADP, it forms glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate is 12 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. 12 molecules of C3 acid is converted. Phosphoglyceric acid forms 12 molecules of glyceraldehyde. 12 molecules of glyceraldehyde is split into 2 molecules. 2 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and 10 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So 2 molecules of glyceraldehyde is responsible for the production of glucose. Glucose is converted into sucrose. Sucrose that is converted into starch. So that step here they did not give. So without giving that step they cut, and this phosphoglyceric acid goes to mesophyll cells and again is converted into phosphenol pyruvate acid. Like that they concluded. Actual process here C3 acid. C3 acid is involved, C3 pathway, and synthesizes food material. Okay, that's all. Okay, so that here the basic pathway that results in the formation of sugars. That is what the Calvin pathway is common to C3, C4 plants. So Calvin pathway common in C3 plants, however it takes place. Even in C4 plants also C3 pathway happens, but in your syllabus they could not mention. Okay, that's all. Next, come to another topic, that is crussulacean acid metabolic pathway. It is an important topic. See, crustulation acid metabolic. Crustulation acid metabolic, short form CALM pathway, is a kind of adaptation by many succulent and other plants like cacti and pineapple. Succulent plants, nothing but water storing plants. The plants which can store the water in the plant parts. Such plants are called succulent plants. Simply desert plants. Desert plants. Desert plants shows succulent stems in their body. Okay, that's all. So the name crustulation acid metabolism is given after the plant family Crustaceae, in which it was first discovered. So Crustaceae plants, see cacti, pineapple, these are all the plants belongs to the family Crustaceae family. First time the scientists identified this pathway in crustulation plants. That's why this pathway they are called crustulation acid metabolism. Okay, that's it. So in this one, some important steps are involved. Those steps now we will see. Important features of CALM pathway are given below. See here, CALM pathway occurs in plants that normally grow in dry climatic conditions. Dry climatic conditions. The plants which can grow in dry climatic conditions, in those plants CALM pathway commonly seen. So in CALM plants, stomata open. In CALM plants, that is pineapple, cacti, in dry climatic conditions growing plants. So in those plants, normally grow in climatic conditions. In those CALM plants, stomata open during nighttime. Nighttime, the stomata, see, this is called stomata. Okay, so this stomata opened during nighttime and closed during daytime. Daytime stomata is closed, nighttime opened. So this adaptation helps the CALM plants to conserve moisture during the daytime. So during daytime, this stomata is closed. This stomata is closed. During daytime, this stomata is closed. This stomata is closed. At that time, what happened? Water was not lost. Daytime opened. So, sorry, daytime closed, nighttime opened. This stomata daytime closed. So, transpiration process stopped. Water loss is stopped. Nighttime open. See, this adaptation helps the CALM plants to conserve moisture during daytime. This pattern of stomatal opening and closing is the reverse of that in most plants. So this pattern is reverse in other plants. The plants which are growing in our surroundings, daytime stomatum open, nighttime closed. But in tropical region growing plants, daytime closed, nighttime open. Okay, this pattern is reversed to another plants. Generally, during the nighttime, what happens? We'll see. CALM plants take inside carbon dioxide through the open stomata. During nighttime, these plants takes carbon dioxide through the stomata. During nighttime takes carbon dioxide inside through the stomata. Open stomata. Through the open stomata and fix carbon dioxide. The same way as in C4 plants. This carbon dioxide is fixed to the phosphenol pyruvate. Same like C4 plants. This carbon dioxide is enters into the plants and fixed into the phosphenol pyruvate. Here they have mentioned same as in C4 plants. In C4 plants, phosphenol pyruvate, and when carbon dioxide is combined with phosphenol pyruvate, it is converted into malic acid. Malic acid. Okay, that's it. The malic acid is formed. It is stored in the vacuole through the night. So whatever may be the malic acid is formed, this malic acid is stored in the vacuole throughout night. Vacuole throughout the night. So this is what happened during night time. So what about during the day? The plants use the malic acid. Nighttime malic acid is formed and that is stored in the vacuole. So that malic acid during daytime used. The plants use malic acid accumulated at night. Nighttime malic acid is accumulated. Accumulated means increased at night. So that is used by the plants as their source of carbon dioxide. So this malic acid, okay, yes, the plants use malic acid accumulated at the night as their source of carbon dioxide. Okay, so when carbon dioxide is fixed to the phosphenol pyruvate and releases malic acid. So malic acid source is carbon dioxide. Okay, So as their source of carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. So this malic acid usually by the plants during daytime and performs photosynthesis. This malic acid, the malic acid, 4-carbon compound malic acid, 4-carbon compound malic acid is formed. From this, what released carbon dioxide is released, then it forms C3 acid. Okay, this is C3 acid performs C3 pathway. So for the photosynthesis and proceed via C3 pathway. Okay, so how malic acid formed? The malic acid is absorbed by the plants during daytime, and from the C4 acid, carbon dioxide is eliminated. Then 3 carbons are remaining. Those 3 carbons compounds, remaining 3 carbon compound is called C3 acid. That C3 acid is combined with this C3 acid, not combined. It performs dark reaction. How dark reaction? C3 acid is converted into 12 molecules of glyceraldehyde, 12 molecules of glyceraldehyde with the help of ATP and reduced NADPH2. These 12 molecules of glyceraldehyde later converted into 10 molecules of glyceraldehyde, 2 molecules of glyceraldehyde. So these 2 molecules of glyceraldehyde later converted into glucose. This glucose later converted into sucrose. This sucrose later converted into starch. So this pathway is called C3 pathway with the help of C. So the plants use the malic acid accumulated at night as their source of carbon dioxide for photosynthesis. The malic acid is as a source of carbon dioxide for photosynthesis in tropical plants. And those plants proceed that malic acid via C3 pathway and synthesizes sugars. This pathway is called crustacean acid metabolic pathway. Okay, ma? That's all. So with this,